Hello, fellow lightworkers and spiritual warriors. Welcome to the October 2024 edition of the 5D Messages from Mount Shasta. This is your mystic messenger, Dr. Christina, intuitive guide and author. I have been inspiring and supporting fellow lightworkers as we shift into a higher state of consciousness and help the collective with this ascension process. Please make sure to follow me to receive my latest podcasts. We are now on the other side of eclipse season and completing the year-and-a-half collective cycle in the Aries-Libra axis. We are entering into a new collective paradigm as we move into the Pisces-Virgo nodes of faith next year. For the last year and a half, we have been working collectively on becoming more empowered and letting go of our dependencies. September was the month of endings. And as we move into the Pisces North Node, we will continue on with this theme. This also happens to align with the year 2025, numerological year number 9, which is also the number of completion. Taken together, we are witnessing the dismantling of the programs created during the age of Pisces as we enter into this new age of Aquarius. And as predicted, we had several huge events that transpired during this last eclipse season, as well as an increase in solar activity to aid in this dismantling process. And hopefully all of this crumbling will result in the creation of a new world, reflecting the Aquarian ideology of freedom, empowerment, and doing what's best for humanity. But first, the old system must be dismantled. For the last 2,500 years, we created hierarchical systems to provide structure and guidance for our lives, which resulted in the creation of the world as we know it. This period was dominated by hierarchy because we mistakenly believed that we needed something or someone to believe in. It appears that more people are waking up to the idea that the systems we are living in are just not working. And I believe that the first step in building a new world is to first believe it's possible, which starts by examining and releasing our victim consciousness. This isn't an easy task because these victim-based beliefs are so embedded in our DNA, because we've been programmed to live in these paradigms for centuries. I think one of the missions for us light workers at this current time is to assist others in conceptualizing a different way of living. I find it so surprising when I broach the idea of a new paradigm, many are just dumbfounded by it and are still desperately trying to rehabilitate this broken system. But isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? Many are fearful of the collapse of this system, but it is becoming more obvious that the system just isn't working and is bound to collapse. Change is inevitable, and it's time for us to release our dependency on this crumbling and antiquated system. It was created on the foundation of fear, control, and power, which is not serving humanity. To create this new paradigm, it is of utmost importance for each of us to truly understand that we are not victims in the world, but the co-creators of our reality. It is time for each of us to take responsibility over what we are contributing to the collective and make some radical changes, which can be done by examining where and how we are giving our power away. Because our thoughts and feelings hold tremendous power, it is important to keep this in check as we move forward in this mission. If we are living in fear, we are perpetuating fear. If we are feeling hopeless, victimized, we are perpetuating that as well. If we continue focusing our thoughts on these old paradigms, we are in essence keeping them alive. If we begin collectively focusing our thoughts and intentions on a better world, we can manifest it. I do believe this is already occurring, and we have the opportunity to create a new earth if we all think together. Because I truly believe that there are more of us on the side of light who want the same things. We also need to just stop participating in these systems and also stop normalizing atrocities such as corruption, greed, war, etc. For so long, we have taken this victim approach and continue to say, well, that's just how it is. This has to stop. It is time for us to step into our power. And if we are to stand in our power, we not only release our victim paradigms, but also our internalized power dynamics. Because many of us light workers had younger souled, more narcissistic parents, authority figure siblings, and other individuals within our lives, this has caused us lots of trauma, which has created internalized fear, victim paradigms, and perpetuated dysfunctional dynamics. We have long been aware that our younger souled brothers and sisters, who have led primarily with their egos, created so much harm to this planet. It is now time for us to take responsibility for allowing this to continue because of our own victim consciousness, cognitive dissonance, and internalized control dramas. Because of our traumas, we have been afraid to fully stand in our power, and it is time for us to release these fears and take action. We also need to stop participating in control dramas, which are patterns of relating to others that were also created in our childhood. Based on our childhood experiences, we adopted tactics of relating with others, which has become embedded in our subconscious. We consequently maneuvered life as either the victim or the bully. However, when we become self-actualized, we step out of this paradigm. As we become empowered, we realize that there's really a third position, not to engage in either role, and we learn how to navigate relationships without being a bully, which means not desiring power or control over others, imposing our values on others, or manipulating others to satisfy internal needs. We learn how to set boundaries with others, communicate assertively, and take responsibility over our lives, whereby stepping out of this victim paradigm. This paradigm of the bully victim is the foundation of the hierarchical model. We are witnessing that this leads to narcissistic abuse because individuals with narcissistic traits will gravitate toward positions of quote-unquote power, which will inevitably result in corruption and harm and exploitation. This evolution in consciousness is hopefully going to put an end to these hierarchical models and power dynamics, and we will begin developing more cooperative, win-win strategies. In order for us to evolve the consciousness of the planet, we also need to release our cognitive dissonance, which was created in childhood. As children, we desired that our parents would take care of us, keep us safe, and unconditionally love us. These wishes were never fully fulfilled in childhood. When we grew up, we projected these unmet needs onto figures of authority, and they become our parental substitutes. We minimize and even deny their wrongdoings, because if we were to see the reality that these individuals do not have our best interest in mind, we would then have to explore all the pain and suffering we felt as children, which is very challenging. This is why it's so important to clear out our distortions and see reality as it truly is, no matter how painful. And as we move into October, we have some really interesting energy that will hopefully assist us in this mission. On the 9th, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, will go into retrograde, which will give us the opportunity for introspection and encourage us to address some of our deep-seated beliefs. Then on the 11th, Pluto will go direct, but will still hover at the 29th degree of Capricorn until November, when it moves back into Aquarius. The energy of October will definitely begin to heighten on the 17th, when we will experience the full moon in Aries, which will form a grand cross of cardinal signs. This will hopefully assist us in confronting what isn't working within our lives. And then at the end of the month, we will experience a grand water trine and a grand earth trine, which will create an interesting rectangular alignment. Taken together, all of these alignments will bring some interesting energy to October. So let's keep shining the light and focusing on creating this new earth. If you would like to know more, please make sure to follow me and check out my website, Christina Psyd. That's Christina with a CHPSYD.com. I'm so excited to be sharing another amazing month with all of you. Stay tuned for my next podcast in November. Sending all of you lots of love and light from the heart of Mount Shasta.